Jalen, thank you so much for the tier 1 for 13 months. And Nana, thank you so much for a tier 1 as well. Yeah, a little Ophanim tonight. So nice.
Ophanim, let's go.
I'm gonna grab one thing. I just have a bunch of housings I need to dump in here. You're seeing me refill some stuff. Let me guess, they made macchiatos even clackier? I actually don't know. I haven't used them quite yet. Hello, everybody. How's everyone doing? Ooh, little Ophanim tonight? Well, I wouldn't say little. I have a few ideas for keycaps tonight, but I'm not married to any idea. So we can like pick and choose when we get there. Hello, everybody. Adequately sized Ophanim stream? Yeah, I think so. How is everyone doing? Yeah, we're doing the Ophanim. It has some pretty cool colors and stuff too. I don't know, did Bull announce pricing for the Ophanim? I DM'd him, but is it still just starting at $375 or do we have all the pricing? Let me see if Bull knows. Maybe there'll be some changes because I know it starts next week or something. What the hell? You know when your desk has like a little divot in there? All right. Let's go to just chatting and chit chat. Hydrate? You know what? I'll take that. I'll take a little hydrate to start the stream off. Let's get clacky. Yeah. Dude, I feel kind of gross today because I've been nonstop moving around. Like, I thought I'd be at my desk all day long, but I've been just like packing things and I kind of like broke a few sweats today. So I feel kind of weirdly gross, but we're gonna build a keyboard and ignore that. Tangerine SE just came in. Time to swap tops with the Vaza. Oh fuck, that's a really good idea. Can you send us pictures after that, Cracked? I haven't even thought to try that. Is it more comfortable to wear your AirPods like that? For me, yes. I know most people wear them down. I don't think they're super comfortable like this. I like having them like this. But I think all of our ears are a bit different, right?
2 years.
Thank you, Undead.
Wow. The time has really flown by. I'm excited for Schema. Can we get pretty please get a colorway leak for the limited edition? Also very excited for Ophanim and to see keycap combinations tonight. Love you, dude.
Thank you, man. Love you too, buddy. I don't know if I can leak anything because we're not sure about some
You're
stuff.
the reason I have been building keyboards for my family.
Thanks, dude. And yeah, no, I understand. 2 years, 2 months. We're all here. The only leak I can even possibly give you is we may incorporate some. I feel like this is even a lot to tell you, but we're not even sure. Just because this might not even be 100%. We're trying to incorporate something glow in the dark. Again, it's nothing huge for the limited edition schema. Yeah, it's. I don't know. I don't want to share too much, but it's gonna be basically a schema that I think. I don't know. Let's just leave it at that. We don't know what we're doing exactly. It's not going to be the whole case. It'll be little elements. Too much glow in the dark, I think, can look tacky, no? Right? Well, good thing I was already going to pass for budgeting, so I don't have to break a sweat. Yeah, this is win keyless only, I believe. Okay, I guess we'll just jump right into the keyboard today. Today we're building the Ophanim. This is from, well, Bull's going to be vendoring it. This is designed by Bion. This is going to be a sponsor stream because Bull sponsors the channel here, and he's a good friend of mine, so I'm not going to have any biases. If this is going to be shit, I will tell Bull, this is shit. Don't run it. But just so you guys are aware. This is going to be a win keyless 65% keyboard. I don't know if it's going to change. Actually, I think it might have. Let me just quickly ask Bull. This is going to have a 7-degree typing angle and a effective front height of 22.3 millimeters with 1.2 kilograms unbuilt. It's going to be dampened top mount, which is kind of just basic top mount with just a little bit of like a silicone piece or a gasket. So I'm building a Zelda themed keyboard for my nephew for Christmas. Oh, hell yeah. There was a Zelda keycap set at one point. As for switches, I'm not too sure. I feel like you can even mix match some stuff. Jenny, I found it a bit random, but I just found out I'm pregnant and the husband and I are excited. Can we get some congrats for Jenny in chat, please? Congrats. Hopefully it all goes smoothly. Big news. Now comes the fun part, I suppose, of planning. Unless you guys were planning everything already, but now it's buying all the stuff. Congratulations. Big news, big news. Wow. Is this your first kid or... Congrats. Okay, why do I have so many windows open? I'm like trying to navigate things. First kid? Yeah, fun part now is picking up their first switches, or that too. Congratulations. What plate and bottom for today? We'll go through that here in a sec. Let me open up my stuff again. I'm losing the plot. Bull confirmed it will be win keyless only. All right. Compatibility, this is going to be hot swap or solder. I think it's both the same no matter what you go here. I'm assuming both hot swap and solder are going to share the same compatibility based off this photo. All right, well, let's look at the colorways together. The fun part is picking out their switches. That's the hope. And you know what? If they're into keyboards, that's only a positive. Otherwise, as long as everyone's happy and healthy, right? Let's go through the colors together. Ophanim landing page. Okay, so we have... So nice. I don't know if I agree with the word
my
flash
Manta
here.
to arrive, alexotos hype.
Did you get the tangerine as well, Super? Thank you so much for the tier 1. Dude, I don't know why my stomach's growling. I just ate, man. I'm not hungry anymore. I don't know why it's growling. Maybe I'm digesting. I don't know if I like flesh. Maybe it's just because of the name. I'm not really seeing flesh. Angel looks really pretty. Really like this one here. The Ancient colorway. So this has a burnt orange bottom and a purple top. For Firmamento, sparkle black coat it. You have to, you know what? I think this board in all black doesn't look half bad. I'm like mixed on this board in all black. Then we have Delusion. This is a sick colorway. Unnatural, I believe this is the same ano as the green that we've been using. I think everyone's really been liking this green now. So I'm pretty positive this is the exact same like Vaza green ano that we decided to use for Manta. Long story short, it's really funny because I asked for this green as a sample on what's it called? What was that board called now? It was a TKL board, and I asked for a sample of it, and I think even they really liked the green because I gave them like the color code that I wanted, and now everyone's been using this green, and I could not be happier. This green is so good. And then we have Archangel. This is a silver. You know, silver's not bad. I think if I was going to go silver, I'd just pick the Delusion colorway. And then price point is $375, and it does come with a PCB and plates. Apparently you can choose your own, which is awesome. We have our vendors. Everything's set in stone yet. Almost had a hiccup there. And then price should be $375. Where's the price? Right here. $375 for price point. Pretty cool, if you ask me. These colors slap. Cool colors can make me interested in a board I had no idea about. Yeah, the Onibi, yeah. The Onibi, I had actually asked for... Because they said, hey... Do you want to pick a color for your Onibi? You can pick anything you want. And I gave them this color code for this green. Which STR was actually manufacturing that one there anyways. So I actually don't know if this is going to be the final case. It might be. I know sometimes with Bion products, this is not the final case. Oh, another important aspect of this Bion project. Apparently some of the proceeds for this, or all of the proceeds, are going to go towards people who had issues. I don't remember the full story. Manu, maybe you know. But it's really cool that Bull and Manu are going to be doing that. I think they've been doing that with a lot of Bion projects to help people in the past. So really, really cool there too. Yes, some people never got their Ophanim. So a lot of the proceeds for that, the profit for that, will go for helping people there. Really, really cool. Doesn't excuse Bion of doing what he did. But Bion still making keyboards. Bion's profit exactly. Bion's projects now are going towards fixing his mistakes of the past, which I'm fine with. Lesson learned, right? Yeah, my camera does not like what it's trying to focus on right now. No, dude, the Fuji was way worse. Honestly, didn't know we can still see Bion design. Yeah, every now and then. We have all the plates Bull sent over. I want to use a plastic plate since I'm using HMX today. Really interesting plate design, by the way. Yeah, and I agree. Like, I'm not... We've talked about this exact situation in the past with Bion. I am not someone who forgets. Like, I will always remember that Bion did shitty things. But I am happy that people can change. So, there's a saying for this. I just can't remember now. It's like... I don't remember. It's something about not forgetting mistakes, but letting them go and then looking towards the future. But yeah, I'm happy that... Genuine question, who is Bion? Bion is just a designer. He ran a bunch of projects. He's talented at what he does. I like his projects. But he made a lot of mistakes. Yeah, maybe forgive but never forget. He made a lot of mistakes with just how he handled projects. And then how he reacted to dealing with all those. With all those projects too. Like, it's one of those situations where we've talked about where, you know, not everyone's meant to run businesses. Some people are just meant to design. Some people are just meant to sell things. Some people are meant to, you know, test things. Like, everyone has things they're good at. And I don't think he was very good at running a business. All right, we have our PCB, which we'll explore here in a moment. Bion is not really a reformed Rama. I would say without Manu and Bull, none of this stuff would probably even happening. So more credit goes towards Manu and Bull, in all honesty. And this is the ancient colorway. Get out of here, Mantha. Alex forgets some things and it is still mod? Well, let me open this up. You know what? What can I use to open this? I want to use this knife, but fuck it. Why am I saying Manu? Because Manu helps organize a lot of this stuff. Manu's in chat somewhere. I don't know where he is. Didn't that GV complete the original bias? One of the biases did. I was actually in on one of the original biases. I bought one. Wow, actually this looks sick in person. Oh. Yo, look at this. This looks great, dude. Camera? Zoom in? Hello? There we go. It is a pretty board, man. This is pretty. The Ophanim logo there on the weight is really fucking cool. Here is the side profile. Actually, this is really nice. I don't know if I particularly love the purple. I'm going to be honest with you guys. Like, I don't know if this colorway is for me. I think the raw would be something I'd get in this. Really cool stepped internals here too. That should help a lot with sound stuff. And then it also has these little cutouts, which... Interesting. That should also help with like a tiny little bit of a pass-through weight. We have Bion's logo here on the center, or I guess off to the center here, or off-centered rather. 3 screws that hold in the weight. It does have exposed screws on the bottom, which I love. And it's only 4 screws for the entire case, it looks like. We have a little bit of a longer feet over here, which is awesome. And then... yeah, I don't think there's anything else I can really note yet. Really pretty, though. For the raw, is that something you would have to maintain? No. I'm pretty positive. I'd have to double check the notes here. but I'm pretty positive the raw will just be clear coat or clear anodized. So it'll be exactly like this, in case you guys are curious. Literally the exact same thing as the Manta. So nice. Where
less than 3.
It looks a little bit shiny, but you can still see the machine marks if you look close enough. But this shouldn't have any problems. This should be great for quite some time. As long as you're not like putting acetone to it or something to strip the coat, you know? If you do that, then I can't help you. Also, thank you, Drudge. Appreciate you. We'll do a giveaway here in a moment too, guys. I should have another thing to give away. I think we're doing another one now. I don't like purple keycaps, but some Tuzi on this would be... Dude, Tuzi would be nice on this. Are the holes in the weight only for the sound, not the stepped internals? These guys? I mean, I don't know if there's a purpose, if it's just part of the design, but... Windbreaker could
well, 32 really months.
Too, yeah. Ren, thank you so much for tier 1, man. Alright, well... I like the side profile. Actually, this is a nice little design touch, too. I actually always like when there's a little bit of the weight or the bottom peeking out. So this is really cool to see on the front lip of the board. Very pretty. Very, very pretty. Little... I don't know if I can see that properly. I don't know if it's just a reflection. We're going to make sure everything closes properly when we're done here, too, today. Okay, I'm going to hazard a guess that this is based off of Oppenheimer? Or Oppenheimer? I don't think so. I actually don't know. It's a nice purple. VOC would look nice on this. Also, good evening, everybody. Holy shit, what a PCB. These are fixed colorways, yes. Yeah, Bion's stuff usually has a really interesting... He's always had interesting PCBs. We do have ISO support on this. I mean, this has almost everything that we'd want. I mean, we do have a fixed bottom layout because this is a fixed layout for the keyboard. Very cool. Very, very cool. And then we have our plates, which I think, again, I'm going to use a plastic plate today, like a... I'm thinking this is what, the PP plate? I think I'm going to use this guy. To comment on the blockers, I would have liked to see a non-blocker version. I almost feel like you're really shrinking your audience for who's going to buy this by putting blockers. Am I upset about it though? Like, no. It's just another choice that we lose. And hey, you know what? If people don't want to buy it because this is strictly win keyless, then so be it. I do think it would have been a much smarter idea to offer both. Or no, I think both would have been best in this case. I don't know if that's something that's still open for discussion, but Bion's choice. Yeah, the designer's choice. Actually, I wanted to see one of these squiggly line PCBs first. Would be an insta-buy without the blockers, but I respect the decision. Yeah, I get it, you know. The choice is ultimately up to the designer. So this is interesting. This reminds me of... You know, maybe we'll use carbon fiber today. I don't know. These look like these KBD fans PCBs. Or those daughter boards are the KBD fans ones. Don't they? I wonder if this legitimately does anything to transfer vibrations any differently. I don't know. I'm really not too sure. I would assume maybe. Interesting though, very interesting. This is only featured on the harder plates like carbon fiber and aluminum. I don't think it's on any of the softer plates. Also, another note for STR. They've been using these bags a lot, right? At one point, they were using those rip-away bags. What happened to those? I really liked those. The ones where you just had the small tear and then you can just like yoink them and then they were opened, not with the sticker. I mean, I don't see them costing any more money. But yeah, just a little side note, not really a criticism to this board. But I missed those bags, STR. What happened to those? Alright. Let's do this. The Manta prototype had them. Oh, also, guess what came in today from Ori? I have to DM you the story because I got some story time for you. Yeah, I think it literally was marked as delivered, and then got lost in the mail system because the box is like dirty, like it is disgusting. Plates didn't leave room to tear. Oh, interesting. Okay, maybe that's what it was. All right, well, let's start. This is not going to have a daughter board because this is a fixed center USB. I have no quarrels with that personally. I know sometimes, depending on the project, it can create a little bit of a hard spot over here. But I mean, there are plenty of amazing boards that offer fixed USB-Cs. Again, I do think, opening up daughter boards or having a daughter board in your case allows for a bit more flexibility, but I don't think we need it here. Do you want to send my giveaway board with it then? Yeah, I think we'll just do that. Bull and I decided that we were going to make a WinKey version of this. So is that confirmed then? So take it as something that will happen? Well, there you guys go. Manu just said that there's going to be a WinKey version. So hopefully that opens up some people who actually wanted this board. But now no win keyless. No, I'm joking. Win key and win keyless, I guess.
I have an old Neo 80 from 2024 that I never put together. It came with a POM plate and a FR4 plate. Is there a strong preference between the two in the community, or is it strictly preference?
It's preference, but I would say, like me personally, I would recommend trying POM first. I don't know how that Neo 80 is with the FR4. I think FR4 is an acquired taste. Honestly, I feel like nobody loves FR4 these days. But, I mean, again, it's all preference. It's literally all preference. All right. Let's chop these guys off here. I mean, they might like FR4 in China just because they like also a lot of foam, but I really do feel like the plate material doesn't matter as much when you're just loading it up with foam. FR4 is my fave. FR4 is just easy to make. That too. Yeah, dude, just to answer the question too, a lot of people like different things. Some people love FR4, some people don't like it. Like, I'm part of camp, I'm not big on FR4 because I feel like it's like it really wants to be carbon fiber and aluminum. But there are also sometimes where I feel like carbon fiber isn't my jam either. So, all right, I'm doing cherry clip-ins today. Old desk mat. Oh my god, can I tell you guys a story? I'm like, today's been like a weird one because I've been trying to follow up with people. I've been doing so many things today. I ordered a desk mat like I think 3+ weeks ago, and I ordered one that was supposed to be a lot larger, and it was just a gray one that I picked up, just a replacement permanent desk pad. This thing has been stuck in customs for 2.5+ weeks, and today I went to go look at the tracking code and it got turned away. But I already paid the import fee. So I don't know what to do. Now I gotta make another phone call. Brand? It was Grove Mate. But I got the big one that can sit underneath this thing here. W Customs? Yeah. Well, now I gotta call up, I guess the customs agency or something to get a refund. I don't know if the refund's automatic. Yeah, this has nothing to do with Grove Mate. This is literally just customs. But yeah, I don't know what to do. I'm kind of bummed. I feel like I've been waiting for this thing forever too. Dude, maybe they are using the desk pad. You never know. That'd be really annoying, but definitely possible. Customers were probably confused why a desk mat cost over $100 US. I mean, they should probably also confuse with all our keyboards too. No, I didn't buy the Studio one. I don't really like the way the Studio one looks. I know it, on paper it seems really cool, but I don't think from like a work perspective it makes no sense. Thoughts on PEI plates? Again, all personal preference. I'm very hit and miss. Like I'm hot and cold with how I like PEI. There are some boards I think they're like the worst. I think they're like my. If it's from 1 to 10, they're a 1. Like I don't like them in some boards, but then I've tried it in a few where I'm like, wow, this sounds really good. I don't think it's ever hit my favorite plate for a board ever. Like it was never like my first choice for anything, if that makes any sense. But some people really like it, you know? Just because I don't like it doesn't mean it doesn't exist in other people's top choices. Yeah, carbon fiber's never my top choice either, though, to be fair. That's also a good point there. I feel like PEI kind of shines gasket out? What do you mean? I'm late. Got caught up in playing Fall Guys with my daughter. Oh, how'd that go? Quick question. Have you tried the 4-Wraps V2s? No, but I thought, I have a set here. I was planning on using them. Well, actually, I think my week has changed now. I was planning on using them with the schema whenever that comes in. Her first ever game, it's tough to watch, to be honest. You know what? As long as they're having fun, right? 4-Wraps so good. Put them in and try it. Just adjust after. I've heard good things. PEI feels a lot crisper, like a crisper, brighter PC, so gasket mount can help balance it. Yeah, it is very dependent on the mounting style for PEI plates. Again, I'm not sold on PEI as like my favorite material, though. I know Bull really likes it. Bull's actually the one who pushed for PEI on the Manta. Because when I tried it on the Proto, I went, meh. What's the best linear switch you've tried in the first half of 2026? Okay. Dude, the other day when we did those yogurt S switches, I gotta say, those might be one of my top linears of the year so far. Runner-up being TTC XPTs. But I really, really liked those yogurts. Those were nice, dude. God, I have like the hiccups. I would have thought the TTCs were number one. I would say they were until they got outshined by how much I liked those yogurts. I really liked those. I didn't mod them at all, no. Well, we're gonna try the macchiatos today. Maybe they're gonna slap as well. Who knows? HMX yogurt S's. They're the new ones. Oh, I don't remember. I definitely have tried the other yogurt switches. I just, you know what, man? I really don't remember, and I don't want to lie to you guys. But then again, bro, I honestly feel like even if you were like an HMX expert, you probably wouldn't be able to remember every HMX switch. There's so many. There's too many HMX stuff, dude. So true. It's just overwhelming. Let's put in a Milmax socket. Someone in chat prove him wrong? Oh gosh. What USB cable do you use with my keyboards? I use the ordinary Labs cables. I don't know if they're still around, but a runner-up in terms of nice cables. Novel Keys actually has a decent little silicone cable, a little thinner than the one I use. And then Wired In has some pretty fun cables as well that have silicone outsides. I like the silicone ones personally. Very much like them. if you were HMX, how many TTC would you Duroc MX2A? Huh? Yeah, Wired In's just very pricey, I agree. They reached out for collabs. I didn't... back in the day, Pancake, I really didn't do a lot of collaborations with people. I just didn't care. To put it very bluntly, I just wanted to do my own thing and build. I think there was always this sense of pride in me that I just wanted to build my own thing and not do it on the backs of other people. Even if it just meant collabing to get, like, you know, better brand recognition or whatever. But I think Mode was the very first brand that I started to do collabs with, and then Bull was the first person I've ever done. And actually, Bull's the first person I had the confidence to actually share my vision with. The Manta was what I shared with Bull, and then Bull put his own ideas and spins on my ideas. So I think Bull is technically the first real, like, full collab. Well, the Envoy, I put colors. That was it. I picked some colors, and then I just really liked the Envoy. Actually, I don't want to use this one here. This brush is starting to fray a little bit, unfortunately. Manta's design is very different from the usual bold designs in a good way. I appreciate it. Do you really like me? Always. Oh, you know what? Should we run the giveaway here? Actually, we'll do it at the end of stream. We have one thing to give away today. We'll just take it easy today. I don't feel like moving everything around and getting all chaotic. I'm already a little scatterbrained today anyways. I think I would trust Bull with my life. Bull's a good guy. I think he means very well. I think he's very adamant on creating fun stuff for people, and he cares a lot about what he does. Why are keyboards so complex and hard to buy? I would actually argue keyboards they're only seemingly complex. The way that if you're new to keyboards, the best way to go about thinking about keyboards in general and how to buy them is there's just rotating things that always happen. It's a rotating shop always. You can see what's happening for the month. If you like something, you buy it. It'll eventually come in. If you don't like something, you wait until the next month and see what pops up. In terms of, like, stuff that comes with the keyboard, you usually get all the parts you need in terms of, like, PCB and plates, and then you can just buy switches and keycaps anytime you want, as well as a stabilizer pack. So I think it's a little daunting when you think about it as a whole, but it's like the one thing. Oh, Space Keyboard. I did have something with Space around a long time ago. I think that was also something very small too, but yeah, I wish nothing bad ever happened to Space as well. I genuinely thought I still think, like, he was a good person. I hope that hasn't changed. I hope at the end of the day, whatever hardship, like, came onto him there didn't just ruin his entire life, but doesn't really excuse him for all the bad shit that happened, right? Space was like Bull back then. That's why that one hit. You're right. He really did have a lot of ambition then too. Wasn't that alongside the keycaps for which one? Sorry. No tickets yet, Jenny. Later on. I'll do it probably once we're done soldering up the PCB. Oh, and then I did run in the one keycap set a long time ago, though. But that wasn't really a collab. That was actually me trying to do something. Collaboration-wise, I haven't done a whole hell of a lot. I don't remember the keycap thing. Keyboards have never been easier to buy than at this moment. Used to be more painful. Yeah, it used to be extremely even hard to navigate where these things even would run to buy, and then you would have to do this, which was always a little bit tough. No, I never did collaborations with Glorious. The thing back then was like you'd have to fill out Google Forms and then pay by just sending someone some PayPal money, and then just hope a keyboard showed up in like 2 years. That's how keyboards were then. Glorious collabed with Alex. Glorious had asked me to make some content for them, for their stuff. And then, I don't know. I don't know the right way to tell this story. But the whole GMK Pro thing, I figured out what the issue was with Glorious's GMK Pro and why it sounded bad, and that's because the gaskets didn't work properly. And I brought that up in my review, and I showed people how to mod the board properly, and I think that helped save the board a little bit. Because stock, the board was pretty abysmal with how it got made. They asked everybody? Yeah. Don't really care about Glorious? I don't think they're even... Are they still doing stuff? Or no? I don't even know if they're still a company anymore. The Q1? Man, I don't really remember the Q1. I don't remember any of those boards. I just knew they were so popular at the time because they were like the first that came out that were kind of cheap. The quality was awful. Yeah. I mean, I've only ever had one of their mice, and it was not that great. I think it was all right. Yeah, dude, returning stuff with them and even dealing with their customer service was always bad. Even before I did the review, and I made a joke about this, even during like the live stream for Glorious, somewhere in their server, there's me complaining like 7 years ago about a package that wasn't shipped properly to me. Yes, how can I help you? Keychron and Glorious were first competition in the race to the bottom, and they were such uneventful keyboards. Well, I guess in hindsight, right? Symbiote or Deepwell on this? I will take it into consideration. Deepwell sounds really fun to put on this, actually. Symbiote, I think, is the best choice, though. Maybe that's the one we go with today. Recently acquired an NK87 TKL, and I watched a video of you working on it 4 years ago. Awesome back then and still awesome to this day, dude. Thank you, Alan. I appreciate that, man. Why do people dislike Keychron? I started disliking them when I heard a lot of horror stories about their customer service. Like, to each their own with what design style you like and all that, but for me, when I'm hearing companies not help out people who buy their products, and it's like a constant thing, it raises some red flags to me. And that's kind of what I heard with Keychron. Plus, I don't know, I think I just kind of grew tired of like... Keychron did this thing, and I still think they kind of do this thing, where Keychron just basically Control-C, Control-V. I say Control because this is where I put my control. And then they hit it a bunch of times. They're like Control-V, Control-V, Control-V. And then they Control-T, so transform, and then they just stretch out the layout a little bit for all their products. And they'll just like spam. Command, whatever. Actually, they'll just spam. Like, they'll go like next, next, next. And next thing you know, at the time, Keychron had like 15 boards. And it's just like, it's kind of like what Sony was doing at one point with their cameras. Kind of still doing it. Sony, like, at one point was spamming camera models. And no other company was doing that at one point. And it got a little confusing. Keychron's like 10 times worse. So... it obviously worked. To a degree, I think they've become part of like the if you just want a good above average keyboard, you're buying a Keychron. I think that's kind of what people are judging Keychron on now. Bring back old mouse, Alex? I only have this one here. I got rid of so many. All the Ergo mouse I had, I just got rid of. Wires. Alex, 7TV emotes not showing up on screen chat. Something might need to be updated. Let me try doing something really quick. Maybe it is. This just needs a refresh. Hold on. Because sometimes refresh cache. Try now. Alex, can you hint at when in early June the Manta extras will come? Whenever Bull gets the PCBs. So I actually don't know if he even has an estimated date for that. It's really realistically whenever Bull gets a fixed day of when he gets PCBs. That's what's really holding it back. Do you know if there will be any Vazas left? No. The one extra Vaza that we thought we had, we figured out it was it had a purpose. So we have no more Vaza green Mantas. Can I buy your Vaza green Manta? Well, I like it. Then I won't have one. Hey Alex, just got my Manta and I must say this looks amazing. Thank you both. Thanks to both you and Bull for designing this masterpiece. Thank you, Arden. I appreciate you, man. Wait, I don't need to do 270s. What am I doing? Thank you, man. What color did you end up getting? Actually, where are the wires? Over there. I've come up with a proposition. Okay, I'm listening. Pumice? Pumice is a good colorway. 1, 2, 3. Zoot it on today's build? I actually don't have Zoot it. Believe it or not, I'm actually not a big fan of the way Zoot it looks. But hey, I know people love it. I think Symbiote is something that's calling to me. I was going to do Shinseki today, but you know what? I feel like I've used Symbiote like once. Oh, I know, JQ, and I know the reason why. Yours was the one, long story short, JQ is a really nice guy. But yeah, that one that you had received was actually meant for someone else. I feel like Zoot It really shines on purple or pink boards. Oh, pink on Zoot It? I don't even think I've tried that yet. Actually, JQ, can you send me a message, actually? Just a little DM, and I'll talk to you about something afterwards. I'm using my Jedi mind tricks to will in existence a Manta 108. So Bull and I were talking about this. I really don't think Manta will look good anything past a 65. I was trying to visualize... Yeah, Discord JQ. I was trying to visualize Manta in a bigger form, and I think it'll look ugly, guys. Yeah, Mantafin does not scale that well. Yeah, I don't think it'll scale visually. The Katina, I think the Katina TKL had a fin, but it was done in a way where it wasn't as like stylized. Well, Manta 60 is essentially Schema. Let's be real. Schema is inspired heavily by the Manta project, but it's done in a way where Bull and I just really wanted something simple. And I think it kind of found its own identity, in which that's why we did not call it the Manta 60. Alex is defending Bull's allergies with TKLs. Bull and I have discussed a TKL. Nothing has been made, and nothing probably will be made for quite some time. But the discussion's there. You guys have been making your point with TKLs, so discussions were made. Schema is super brutalist, which is one of my many jams. Yeah, I really like the way Schema looks. Very excited for when we get those prototypes in. Little production samples. Hopefully production samples. Hopefully it won't be another prototype. Don't like the way this is sitting. There we go. Perfect. I bet the TKL will only come in shades of blue. Oh my gosh. It'd be cool to have a collab with pieces or places like Omnitype and have an in-stock Alex keyboard for like something they design. I'm always down to do things. I think I've been more open to things these days just because I've been having a lot of fun doing it. And I think, you know, on a very personal note, I think I've found a lot of confidence recently in how to kind of express my ideas. So the Lienzo is going to be really fun too. I'm mil-maxing the spacebar in case anyone's curious about why there's tape. I decided to be cautious today in case I don't like the HMX spacebar. I'm actually going to solder that in now. Did I get everything out of the case? I did. And then again, guys, this is confirmed not the final case. I'm sure it'll look a bit more stylized. Just a sample case. Expressing feeling by Punch dancing in the woods. What is that? What is it called again? Moshing? We can mosh. Oh, jeez. What's the take on Protozoa? I feel like I'm breathing on their neck waiting for more products. Protozoa is gone, aren't they? I don't think they're a studio anymore. I don't even know why they have their website up. I've never been able to pair non-HMX spacebar with HMX switches. Just never sounded good, IMO. I've gotten lucky like once where it sounded really good. Protozoa had tax issues. That's crazy. You know, I'm gonna put the feet on first so I don't scuff anything. That is kind of crazy to say out loud. Went to a coffee shop last week and ordered a macchiato. The barista stared at me and said, "Are you sure, big bro? They're small?" Yeah, I don't really order coffees a lot, but sometimes the sizes of the coffees you get, I like a really large drink so I can like sip at it. But when it's really small, I just have it in one shot and then I move on. Do you know why the Antipode project is canceled? I don't have an official reason, but I can only make the assumption it didn't hit MOQ. I would probably think. Which again, I'm not saying this in any sort of malice. It's becoming harder and harder for keyboards to hit MOQs. But when they do, they hit them, and they hit them big time. The reason I'm saying that is because people have been people have been a lot more cautious about what they're buying. They have to really like projects these days. I'm sure everyone here can relate. You're not going to buy a project you're on the fence about. And the reason is leading into B, the economy is not super great. So this is just basically full circle. Like, you're not going to take a risk on a project in which you don't love because reason B. Honestly, I just want to trade my not yet delivered EH for something else. Even if I eventually receive it, I low-key hate the board now. I get the feeling because the experience matters sometimes as much as the product. I get that. Alex is splitting? Wait, what am I splitting? People are spending... why do I have my hair gel here? I had to throw that away. That thing sucks. Oh, spitting bars. I get it, Yami. Actually, I bought this really good hair gel. I need to show you guys later. It's not even a gel. It's a curling cream. Holy shit. It makes my hair look... I didn't put it on today, but I put it on a few times. Love it. And it smells so good, too. First time I bought non-convenience store hair gel in a long time. Who makes it? I'll show you guys after stream. Just remind me at the very end and I'll run to the restroom and go grab it. I really don't remember what it is. Well, it's not a gel, it's a curling cream. This is what I normally use. Actually, I don't know why it's here. I use this normally, but this sucks. Mainly because it's by Axe, but it kind of sucks. Dude, it's on sale. I don't have a lot of money to spend on hair products in Steam. Leave me alone. Alex spitting bars into orbit. Call them space bars. I regret nothing. That's actually pretty. That's pretty good. What do you think of the board so far? I'm on the fence between this and the Gerhard 60. It's hard to tell. I can't really give you much. I like it visually. Let me build it up, and I think what matters most in this case here is how it'll feel and sound. But visually, they nailed. Like, it's really nice. They nailed it. All right, switches and plates. A clean, very matte pomade. I like pomade a lot. I haven't bought it in a long time though. Where did I put the macchiatos? In one of these bags. Yes. No, but this hair thing that I got, dude, it's so good. When I went to the barber shop, he's like, do you want to try some like new stuff we got in? He put it on, and I'm like, whoa, this like looks great. And then at the end, because I told him like, are you guys selling this? And he's like, yeah, it's like $20 or something, which I think is a lot for like a hair product, but whatever. Dude, he sales pitched me for sure, but you know what? At the end, he cashed me out, and I paid for my hair. And then I was about to leave, and I was like, dude, hold up, I really want whatever he put in my hair. So I turned around and was like, yo, can you actually sell that to me? And he's like, oh, yeah, for sure. Because I think he forgot as well. So good, though. I think I do need a plate fork for this, so give me one sec, guys. Do I have any cool finishes for the schema? Schema will have pretty basic colors. It'll have some cool colors, though. Like, we have a really cool orange acrylic. But the whole point of schema is we're not going over the top with things. We don't want to add unnecessary costs where we don't need to. I hope people understand that. Like, it's the whole point of the idea of what the schema is. Yeah, I don't want to start adding like $5 here, $10 here, you know, like a new plate finish and then your whatever, like a new weight finish, stuff like that. I think we're good to tell you guys this too. Bull and I discussed, and we're probably going to be adding a mint top because some people were saying they wanted a full mint. So that's the only thing we're going to be adding. We talked about a whole bunch of other stuff.
I want to buy schema so bad, but I'm such a 60 hater.
Yeah, I mean, dude, if you don't like schema for 60, then don't get the layout. You probably won't. Like, even if you love schema as a design, like, the layout might still get to you. Mint bottom is already in the configurator, or top. We're gonna add. I don't know if Bull added it already, but we're gonna add a mint top as well. Just saw the renders of schema. Can I just say I kind of like the yellow? Yellow. Which one? Will you include chocolate with the mint model? I love chocolate mints. Hold on a second, Jedi. Which one are we talking about, dude? Are you talking about the green? You know, yellow was one we were I was thinking about, but then I'm like, dude, who's like, what sets even go with this other than Greg? And then I decided We ain't doing Greg. Oh, that's green. That's this green here. So we'll have schema in this color. Bruh. Jedi, let's just pretend it never happened, alright? Let's collectively move on. That's Vaza green? Yeah, that's the green model. Maybe it's just, it's trick of the light, you know? It's okay. The green is very Jedi color too. Yeah, kinda. Maybe it needs to be a bit brighter, but... Alex, Kevin Murphy products are goated. I've heard of Kevin Murphy products. Is this really expensive though? Let me check. Actually, this isn't that bad, I guess. Not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Literally lasts forever. Yeah. Dear Alex and JQ, the mint has arrived. R2? Dude, you know, I was literally looking at the tracking code the other day, and I'm like, what the hell is taking so long? It got stuck in customs. For what reason, I don't know, because I prepaid the customs for you. So I have no idea why I was stuck there. So glad you got it in, dude. I hope you enjoy it. Hope you cherish it. I think it was stuck in customs for like 2 weeks. That sucks. That's okay. You got it now. Yeah. They were using it, having a good old time. So happy it got sent over, man. Hell yeah. This here. Alexotos. Yes, pancakes? Sorry, I'm trying to read some of the other chats here from YouTube. I feel like I'm a little behind with talking sometimes. Dang, hope it doesn't happen to me. I actually just dropped your stuff off today, Drew. Should arrive. I mean, I think it's only the one time I've actually seen in a long time something got stuck in customs. These days, everything's been flying through customs because of the prepaid duties I've been doing. I don't know why that particular one got stuck. I hope my Manta arrives safely that Alex is about to send me. Hi, Shark. How you doing? Would you pay $600 for a Touch ID custom board? Pause 1 second. What does that mean? I'm jealous of your desoldering gun. I just spent 4 hours desoldering. Dude, I felt the same way. What's $1,600 about this? Like, I'm sorry to be that guy, but like, is the sensor, the Touch ID sensor, worth like $1,000 or something? Hold on, I just quickly want to run through this here. One second, guys. Let me just quickly. Oh. Okay, so there is a bit of an off designer here, like a trade-off here, should say. It does seem, again, I'm kind of skimming. It does seem that they're also having to buy an Apple Magic Keyboard and then extract the Touch ID sensor and logic board. And then this is probably really small MOQs. So you're probably paying a lot for the Magic Keyboard plus labor of taking out all the parts and stuff properly. So that probably... And how much is a Magic Keyboard with a Touch ID? I have no clue how that works, Insty, but... I didn't realize this was actually meant to go with Apple products. I thought this was just one of those basic Touch IDs that work with Windows only, which those are dirt cheap. But if this is a full-on, like you're using an Apple Logic board plus Touch ID, I still don't love the $1,600 price point. So yeah, what? So the Logic board and all that stuff from the donor keyboard would cost an extra $150. And you'd have to do this in small scale because this would take a little while. I don't think this needs to be $1,600. I think the case can be made in a way too where it's not $700 a case. Because this does not look like a complex case. The case being $700 is, I mean, is this a made in America case or something? Or are they getting this made in China? Hold on, I didn't see that part. I was kind of skimming. It's a custom CNC machined case, but they're not saying where from. Oh, wait, hold on a second. Wait, how is this $1,600 all in? I don't even get it. So if the touch board, if the Magic Keyboard's $150, they're saying the case was $700. Getting a PCB made... Sorry, I thought they were trying to sell this, but they said they paid $1,600 for it. Well, okay, so $700 for a case, $150 for that. Said he got hit by tariffs, making the cost of the case $700. Even if you did the PCBs and stuff, like one-off PCBs aren't terribly crazy that expensive. Is he adding the cost of keycaps? I mean, even with all those keycaps and stabilizers and stuff, I don't know if this is $1,600 all in. But then again, I'm kind of just like mathing it in my head right now. It's really cool, though. I don't know if it's $1,600 cool, though. Okay, if he made this project for himself, then fuck yes. He can spend whatever money he spent, and I'm super happy for him. If he's intending to sell this, which again, I'm only skimming, so I don't know, then I think that's too big of an ask. But if it's a small one-off project for him, you do you. I still don't quite understand how it got to $1,600. Alex, how did you feel about the Salvation? Does it clack? I still really like the Salvation. Really cool concept overall. I mean, dude, I'm not going to lie. If Manta had a little spot where I can tap my finger and it logs me in, sure. I think that's super fucking cool. But there is a workaround for people who use Macs and don't want a Touch ID. I know this is annoying, but it beats spending $1,600. You just buy an Apple Watch. It can auto log you in if it's been logged into for the Apple Watch. Mind you have to wear an Apple Watch though. Another comment makes it sound like he just had a few spare PCBs because of MOQ, but isn't certain on a menu run. Oh wait, so are they selling the board then? Manta V2 will not have a Touch ID sensor. Maybe they're just bragging, hope no one checks his math. Well, I'm still happy they built it. It's a really cool thing. Okay. Manta V2 will use the proceeds to support Manta Restoration IRL. Long story short, I'm still trying to figure out a good way to auction off one of the Manta prototypes without having to make it really complex tax-wise, because I don't want to deal with that. to donate to charity. I really, really think it'd be really cool if I donated a whole bunch of proceeds from that particular board to like some sort of, I don't know, wildlife or marine life type thing. All right, let's solder it up. I had a question on how to use a plate fork. Is it something useful specifically for soldered PCBs? Well, plate fork makes it really, really, really simple for us to insert switches on a very soft plate, kind of like this plastic plate we're using today. Or else what happens is as you can see, like how soft this is, the switches tend to kind of like push down on the plate too, which makes it really, really annoying and hard to insert switches. So this just kind of speeds up the process. It's not necessary, it's just convenient. I heard in Discord you were familiar with Kaiti KOS springs. Yeah, dude, I've gone through so many bags of these. These are so good. They're just consistent. I really like them. They're just really consistent. When you have Tita's auctions, they ask you to donate to X charity yourself to show proof. Yeah, but I feel like I don't know if my brain can handle that. I feel like someone would try to lie to me or something. I feel like my negative side of me would come out. Yeah, this is nice to solder. How about you send some of the proceeds of your schema to me? Oh, just so I can get more money to buy more schemas. It's an elaborate schema. Oh gosh. Don't kill me, dude. Thanks for the info. Anytime, Oz. Tomorrow, guys, I am taking the whole day, and I'm going to do a lubing switch day. I have so many switches to lube still for people, and then also some personal stuff that I've been wanting to do. So I'm going to try to get through close to 600 switches tomorrow. Why is it called schema? I will have a full brief on the name on my website soon. Long story short, it was a backup name for something. I'm still waiting for the day that all proceeds will go to having Alex have a clean, full shave. Guys, I'm telling you, I look stupid with no beard. Like, I really don't think I'll look good. I feel like I accidentally guessed the original name in chat a few months back. You did. Giga Chad Chin? No, just like picture it. Hold on. Look. Look. This is me, alright? Front facing. I don't think I have the jaw. I think you guys won't like the way it looks. A better jaw than me? Dudes. I don't know, man. Nuttiest, thank you so much for the Prime, man. I appreciate it, dude. Thank you, thank you. Facial hair doesn't make your jaw any sharper, but it hides very well the unsharpened jawline. Gives you something to distract from it. I don't think I have a photo with clean shave. I have old photos of me, but that's when I was much younger. You guys have seen those though, right? Really old photos of me with no mustache or beard at all. Wait. The mustache isn't permanent? No, not at one point. show us? I mean, I'm pretty positive. I'm not worried about showing this to you guys because I'm pretty sure I've already showed you guys this. Like, I'm 99% sure because the Chozo has made fun of me like a million times for this. Let me just go find it. Pretty sure you've gone through this, but I'm curious what a typical day is like for you. Overall, do you find yourself doing the keyboard stuff that you loved most of the time over the boring, grueling work that comes with it, admin shipping? Let me show this photo of myself with no beard, and I'll actually go through that because I think maybe I've gone through that once, but I don't know. Wait, this is not me. What the hell? I hate Facebook. Now, mind you guys, I'm about to show you a photo that's nearly... Actually, I don't even know how old it is now. I don't want no chats, okay? Check general. Did you post it in general already? Never mind. You guys already have it there. Here, I'll just open this up. Open media link. Okay. Here. This is me, I think, 2011. But I had a little bit of a beard underneath that. And then this is me 2009, 2008. So I might look like that. I really don't think I'll look like that anymore. I don't think so. I think I've gained some weight in the face. For the better? Age like fine wine. I actually think I look quite nice in those photos, but... Nah, I don't cringe seeing anything. I mean, you are who you are, right? I have some other really bad photos, but they put them in Discord. And it has them. Very different vibe. Honestly, if your younger self and your current self walked down the street, I wouldn't have thought it was the same person. No, I look very different. Like, maybe kind of the same. I don't think I look the same, though. Why does Anna have them? Great question. Hello, was that you when you were younger? It was. Thank you for the kind words. But to answer your question, Sin, on what is a daily, I guess, what does my daily look like? Today, I mean, yeah, no, Mike, I agree with you. I have put on mass in like a decent way. I was really skinny then. Fuck. I really hate saying this, but most of my days these days is just reorganizing things. So I go through phases with the keyboard hobby where a lot of it depends on what phase of the hobby I'm in for work. Right now, a day-to-day looks like I wake up around 8 o'clock. I will organize my day with an app called Todoist. I try to get as much stuff written down on that as possibly can so I know what I need to complete. Then, I think I'm usually done that and also make coffee by like 9 o'clock. Then that's when I kind of go through what things do I need to worry about for novel keys and add that to a separate list. I usually work on novel key stuff on like most given days from like 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock for anything that needs to get launched at 10. And then I will go through stats of the NK socials and try to figure out what we can do. There isn't much usually just because, again, we're doing stuff via renders. But I try to like figure out where things are going and like trends and stuff, and just so I have some information. I'll try to work on more novel keys like stuff throughout the day, but it kind of depends on like what we have going on. Most of the day these days is admin and busy work. It never used to be like that, but now it's a lot of answering emails, trying to figure out shipping for things, trying to figure out where people's builds are. A lot of people ask me to source builds for them, so it's a lot of trying to figure out where parts that they particularly want are. And then I would say the other, I don't know, from like 4 o'clock on is prepping for stream, actually doing some of the fun stuff for keyboards, which is like trying new things, and then I kind of finish my day around 10 o'clock now. Before it used to be all busy work, it was a lot of just trying new things all day, which was really fun. I missed some questions here. Hold on. Do you have any advice if I was looking for a TKL to buy? Any direction you can point me towards? I'm thinking about getting something more premium. Neo is great. If you really want premium and you're not really worried about the price, just get an F1. F1 8X by Geon. Sounds like someone is now a grown-up. Yeah. It's a lot of busy work. It's a lot of just like trying to make things happen for people. I think there's still F1s available, yeah. Would you say that you still really enjoy building keyboards or not as much? I love building keyboards. I'm sure anyone would probably feel the same way as me. This is a dream come true. I'll tell you what I don't like, and this seems really... And I'm aware this is just completely spoiled. I don't like how cluttered my workspace has become with random keyboards.
Alexotos.
So that is thank you, dude. Chris, thank you so much for the 42 months, bro. Thank you. So keyboards has become a bit of a double-edged sword, right? Because I love building them, fucking hate storing them. Dude, I'm always giving stuff away. I mean, that's part of the reason why I have been doing all this stuff and making sure I try to give away as many as possible. Make some organization systems. Dude, I have so many ideas on how to make this space better, but it comes down to I don't have the money to do so. That's literally what it comes down to. And if I ever do have the money, like, there's been times where I've had to make decisions. There are other things I'd rather do for this setup than organize things. This ain't a guy. Have you ever just thrown a keyboard into the trash? There's been a handful that are just completely not working prototypes that I have recycled. Alex, would you sell me a Manta SE Tangerine? I actually don't even have a Manta SE Tangerine. Unless you want the prototype. But the prototype has a flaw. I am finally at a point where I finally do not want every keyboard I think looks cool. I feel like that's a very, like, good point to be at, though. Please. Oh, man, I don't know. The only prototype I'm selling right now, potentially for charity, would be the one I patinaed. I've heard a lot of negatives about Keycult, but now that NK has taken over, is it worth getting a TKL or should I get the new 60? I would separate Keycult from what Keycult was. Keycult is no longer what Keycult's... I don't even know how to word this properly. Novel Keys pretty much handles Keycult now. From literally the purchasing to the final result of shipping. Keycult literally does nothing in this cycle of command here. Is my desk too low today or something? I feel like I'm hunched over. Would trade my left arm for the proto? Oh man, I don't know. I have no intentions of selling it right now, but we'll see. Then how do you type? What? Alex, what chair do you use? I use one that my girlfriend got from one of those like businesses that are moving offices and they don't want the chairs anymore. This is a steel case, I think. Hi, Manic. How you doing? But she got this when I think one of, I don't know, a neighboring office of somewhere she worked was closing. So I think they just, you know, if you guys ever want good chairs, can I just like tell you guys the secret? Look out for when businesses close. Sometimes they sell chairs for cheap, or they give them away, which is how we got 2 chairs. Crazy story for me was I went down the keyboard hole, dug very deep, and ended up just going back to my Neo 65. Hey man, you know what? Sometimes we have to have that journey to appreciate what we have. It's always about the journey, right? I will say after COVID, it's a lot harder to do. That makes sense. I'm guessing because people are not closing businesses as much, or offices. I have the steel case, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna be the first to admit, I do prefer the Herman Miller Aeron compared to this, but the Aeron that we got from that office thing is in a very bad condition. So I tend to use this just because it looks prettier. Very true. Alex got a Tempur-Pedic office chair for free after it was going to be thrown out. Yeah, dude, sometimes all you need to replace is like a little part, or even sometimes it just needs to be cleaned. But you would be surprised, you can literally save like $1,500. Also, hi again, Manic. Yeah, dude, liquidations things is crazy too. My office is moving and they let me buy the Aeron I was using for $5. That literally, we actually just had the opportunity. Little, maybe TMI, but like my girlfriend, her office is doing something too. They were offering some older chairs. I don't remember the brand, but it was another high-end brand where they were like $1,500 brand new. They were offering chairs for like $15 because they just need to get rid of them, or they're throwing them in the scrapyard. We don't need them is the problem. What am I going to do with a bunch of chairs? We already are struggling for space, but you'd be surprised, man. Check general. Oh my gosh. Hey, my white hair. Actually, that was a really bad photo because I should have taken it while my hair was like freshly dyed. I miss that hair. That was really cool. I got so many people complimenting me. I felt so good. If you hang outside a chair factory at night, you will be able to get a chair when they throw out the expired ones that no one bought. Good point. Chairs do expire. They have a 12 months expiry date. Aeron is such a interesting product. It's been sold for every single price from $0 to $2,000. Yep. All right, time to install this. Let's open this bad boy up. I think you just look different with and without glasses. I don't know. I think it's literally like if I took off my glasses now, like, do I look insanely different? I look tired. I don't think I look crazy different with glasses, off and on. I don't know. I can't see myself, obviously, so I don't know. You kind of just look insane. Thanks, man. I think it's just literally like the way I looked when I was younger. To put it to perspective, I weighed 100 and... I weighed like 150 pounds. And I weigh 174 pounds now. And I you know what? If memory serves, I might have even been like 135 pounds when I was a teenager. And I've always been the same height. So. Do you know what Arnold says about skinny people? I'm afraid. What does Arnold say? He's going to say you look too thin for 150. I'm 5'10". It might have been 135. But dude, I was part of that thing where like I was just eating like crazy. Nothing made me gain weight. Love you too, God. Appreciate the kind words, man. Nothing at all. Like I was just skinny. And then literally 4 years ago, like a truck, dude, my metabolism just stopped. It just stopped working. And then I started gaining a lot of weight really quickly. But I don't know what was the shut-off period for me. Who knows? Why it just decided to crash like that? Don't say that, man. One of your most memorable streams was Suns Out and Guns Out. Oh my god, I remember that from a long time ago. No, dude. Don't say that. I miss my old metabolism. Oh, like I miss it and I also don't miss it. I loved eating just endless amount of junk food and just random shit and never gaining a single pound. But I also feel like I enjoy food more now because I'm more thoughtful about what I eat, I suppose. Okay, we're going to try gasket first. Although, I think both will be good choices here. Ooh, there's like... So this is the top mount piece. So this would be the thing that kind of creates an isolated top mount. But we're just going to do regular gasket to start. And this is going to be a PCB mounted gasket. All you can eat Japanese BBQ is a killer? Oh, no, not for me anymore. Honestly, we try to avoid those. I love it, don't get me wrong. But I cannot eat enough food to justify like the $50 price tags of those places anymore. My biggest food guilty pleasure is very buttery popcorn. Love that stuff, dude. I'm 6'1" and was 250 last October, but now 195. I gain and drop weight way too quick. Are you like cutting and stuff on purpose? I was 195, not quite as drastic as yours, but I was 195-ish, 194, when I started to realize I'm like, yo, I feel really shit right now. And then I had to basically like figure out a workout routine for myself and diet routine. And I got myself down to like 170, and I feel good around this weight. Buttery stale popcorn goes crazy? Nah, I like fresh popcorn. What's the difference between top and isolated top? So isolated top uses these pieces of rubber in this case, or any sort of O-ring will help. What you're doing is you're creating kind of like a break between the metal flat piece of the screw, so the head of the screw, and the metal frame as well. And what that realistically does is it creates a pseudo force break. So it creates a gap in which vibrations won't affect the top mount as much. Although you still will get some because the case technically is screwed into the top mount. But it does help isolate things ever so slightly. And you're particularly isolating the plate from having vibrations. I think we're using Sunbite today. I think that's a smart choice. Yeah, Symbiote it is. Manta check-in. Did me and Bull do well for the Manta group buy? How would you guys rate it? Technically my first ever group buy. Alex, I'm super curious, but could you explain the grooves in the bottom of the case and how it helps with sound? So, I wish I didn't screw this in. Okay. Sound, a very crude explanation of this would be, fuck, let's do it from this view. Let's say sound hits this object, and then it will scatter and bounce outwards like a cone, right? Sound comes in, bounces, right? If there's different heights to things, sound will bounce in different areas. So it'll scatter differently, which can create different frequencies. Thus, not creating a bell effect on the bottom of the keyboard. So if all this sound hits the flat surface the same, it can vibrate too much and create like a resonance. But because it's being scattered and things like, take different whatever methods of like traveling, it won't basically have it'll have varying vibrations which might cancel each other out. But essentially, like, what the grooves do outside of creating some different spaces for the sockets is they put, theoretically, I guess in practice, because they do make a big difference, they do make the keyboard sound almost fuller without needing a large chunky weight or a through weight. So it's pretty interesting. A really cool explanation that a sound company used is actually, I don't know how to pronounce it properly, but Odyssey. They did this thing with one of their lineups, the LCD series, which is a big headphone. And let me see if I can find the diagram of this for you guys. It's actually very interesting stuff. Yeah, you can also look up some just acoustic stuff too, but Odyssey LC2 phaser versus non-phaser. Let's see if I can find the image. Here's a really interesting image, right? So kind of, oh, did that not load up properly? Let's just open image and new tab. So here's an interesting way of like how just different shapes can disturb patterns of things. So Odyssey, they basically had their magnets, and see how this sounds scattering different? When they added this thing called their phaser, and this is a totally different thing, but just like kind of getting nerdy about like how this stuff works, it creates different sound patterns, which can clean up certain frequencies. Ultimately, you might not notice humongous differences if the keyword sucks, but for very minor things and like stuff like this, it will change, the way it works. So that's kind of what the internal steps do for the sound of a keyboard, which is really, really interesting because it's not really a thing we thought of. I don't think it was like on purpose in a lot of ways. The original stepped internals, I believe, were made just to hold hot swap sockets, and not even hold them, but just adjust for them so it wouldn't hit the bottom of the case. And I think it was just like a unintentional side effect. And now it's become more of like a, not standard, but like, I think a lot of people really like it. It's become a bit more ideal. Note that the Unicorn and Kohaku did not need internal weights or grooves to sound best in class. Well, yeah, it's not like a rule of thumb. But for certain designs, right, we have to also remember this too. To make some certain designs work, you will need to do stuff like that. Not every design can be designed like a Kohaku or even some of the more classy boards where they have nothing inside, no through weights, no nothing. Sometimes you literally have to kind of adapt to get a certain style working. Thanks so much for explaining that. Oh, no worries. Would pyramids work? Kinda. There was also another board called, I think it was called oh my god, I don't remember what it was called. Mr. Petrov, I think, made it. Allison, I think it was called. So what he did is he had a TKL and he made a whole bunch of different weights. And he added different variations of curves, like thicker, shallower, different placements. on the bottom of his, or I guess in the internal of the weight. And I remember the story behind this was he ended up finding one particular curve, which again changes the way sound bounces, that sounded the best. And it was so interesting because I got to try some of the other curves and there was a difference. And that was like one of the first times you can really see like that in practice. Oh, is that a picture of it, Cheese? Yeah, that was the Allison. But I think that was like the very first time that I really considered the internal structure of a keyboard makes a big difference on the keyboard itself. Was that a 75XT? I thought it was a TKL for some weird reason. I really don't remember. But yeah, anyways, that's my long, boring answer. I'm sorry, guys. Oh, you know what? While we put on some keycaps here, let's run one of the giveaways, and then we'll do another giveaway at 105 subs. Let me just set this up for you guys. One moment, please be patient. Are there any good places to browse keycaps? Struggling to find good white keycaps to match the keyboard I just bought? If you want white, maybe
money is tight, but
Omnitype?
not tight enough to withstand ads.
Thank you, Jed. I appreciate you, man. Oh, dude. Speaking of ads, oh my god, I actually got so frustrated with Amazon Prime today. Like, you know, the basic stuff they give you now, since they took away everyone's normal subscriptions for Prime Video. I legitimately closed it. I was trying to watch Spider-Man, what is it called? Noir or whatever it's called? I don't remember what it's called now. The one with Nicolas Cage. I played it. I quickly had to answer a phone call and I didn't pause in time. I got an ad, right? So whatever, I let the ad play while I was on the phone. Then I had to go back because I missed part of the show by like 20 seconds and they play another ad. But then I skipped too far back, so I went to skip forward and they did another ad. So I just closed it. I didn't even watch it today. I said, fuck this. Like, I'm not dealing with this, dude. I know there's an easy solution. Yeah, I know, man. I know, but I got so fucking pissed off. I can't do any of those like new free subscription things where we're not free. $5 a month subscriptions where they're giving you ads to go with it. Like, fuck that. I'd rather just not bother. Okay, let me go set this up. Giveaways. Okay, so I will be giving away. Let's see, actually, what do we want to give away here? Let's see. Let's give away the TMO, the little 40%-ish board. It's in lilac. Or no, I think it's in lilac. Or it might be blue. I can't remember. All right. If you guys want to enter, go for it. Exclamation point ticket. You have until I'm done putting keycaps on this board. I do ask that the winner pays for shipping. It is a very small board, so I don't really expect this to be super duper high, but actually, let's use this enter key. Same with YouTube. Is YouTube doing that now too? Oh, what's going on here? Did I mess up this one stab? I might have. Okay. I will fix this enter after stream. I cannot fix this right now. Maybe it unclipped. I will fix it afterwards. Would Bull would have those keycaps on? What happened? Oh, I know. Bull would finish this quicker. I'm sorry. Bring back the Andromedas? Yeah, I probably should wear those again. Have you heard the D2 news? What about it? The one downside of cherry stabs? I think I just unclipped it because it looks like it's just higher and it's not sitting proper. I'll go inside afterwards and check it out. I'm not going to like worry about it too much right now. It's just the enter key. When bozos can make 78, 788, 160 a day, there's no, I know. Oh, wait, you're saying like 780. Is that the actual number? No, I have not heard anything else from Geist. I would not buy from him. And if you have bought from him and you have the opportunity, please just get a refund. Or put in one of those requests. This is Symbiote from GMK. Omni-type ran this. If I don't like the sound of this today, I'm down to do a rebuild sometime this week, and then maybe I'll just use Milky Yellows. Because I have a pretty light week for keyboards this week, or lighter than usual. Symbiote was my very first GMK set I ever bought. It is such a good set, though. I don't use it as much as I probably should. Almost knocked over my water. Did you see my DM about the portal? I have not checked my DMs over the last 2 days. I will check it after this, just because I don't really have a... I'm kind of chilling tonight. Just want to chill with my laptop and watch a movie or something. But I did not see it, my friend. Your streams are healing? Oh, dude, this is actually the perfect set for this. This looks so good. Yeah, this turned out fantastic. Really nice board. Oh, wait. I mean, Mr. Sleeves pairs well with just, I mean, as far as I know, just like a beige. Here's the bottom of the keyboard again, in case you guys are interested. Ophanim. Really suits with this this Symbiote keycap set, huh? Again, I really wanted to try some HMX with this today, because I feel like we've been using Cherry MX2As a lot recently, but if in the event I don't really like this, I will try to do a rebuild for Thursday. So this is with the PP plate, HMX Macchiatos in the gasket, the PCB gasket form. Ooh. Let me tune the spacebar a smidge. It has almost... I want to try a different spacebar as well. It almost has like a top mount kind of sound. Almost. It has some depth to it for sure. It's not quite as poppy, but that might be due to the switch choice. So let's just tune this up here and see what this sounds like with... Ooh, there is a big varying difference between left and right. Almost seems like I'm impacting something here. Let me see what's going on here. Not that that sounded bad or anything, but it does sound now kind of weird in comparison. Let's open this up. Alex, is this long pull or full travel? I think Macchiato V2s are full travel. Or 3.8 or something like that. I actually don't remember. I have to double check. I still think the yogurts are a little nicer. Oh wait, no, that's totally... Oh, you know what this might be? Maybe this piece of the plate is contacting the top a little bit. Oh wait, no. Is it? It does have a little bit of a varying sound profile on that side. Let me see. No, we're good. Something might be a little bit. It could be. I thought Bull said something about putting something on the plate, so it could. Maybe we do have to install these things. Let me see. I'm just triple checking, you know. All right. Let me install these and see if this helps a little bit. Maybe we kind of just need to leave these in. So I'm wondering if this piece of the plate is contacting the top. Do I put these in everywhere? Oh man, these are weird to put in. Oh yeah, he mentioned that yesterday. Just to leave these in? Well, we'll see. Let me get some tweezers here. Doing a giveaway. Actually, here, we'll draw the giveaway now. Let's see. So, winner of the TMO is Unicorn Butt Cop. I love your name. Unicorn, are you there? Congratulations, man. Is Unicorn there, though? Let's see. I don't see him. Holy cow, yes, there's Unicorn. Congratulations, man. I'll write your name down. Unicorn Butt Cop. Can you send me a DM? The Butt Cop is here. What inspired you to get that name? On Twitch if you can. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to like hyper focus on installing these. It's actually a very interesting solution. I almost prefer this, and I think this is a really smart solution to isolated top mounts where they make you use like a little O-ring and then screw it in. This feels a bit more elegant. Because essentially this just press fits into the top of the case, which is really cool. Oh, is it going to focus? Interesting. Hello, Mr. Bull. Oh yeah, does that fix that up a little bit? Bull, I noticed a little bit of contact. Or something, I don't know. The left side of the spacebar sounds a little bit different. So, yeah, my camera, what the fuck? Does not like this. Is Bull here to leak more things? Yeah, I don't know why it's doing that right now. Sounds weird? A little bit, but maybe it's just because we need to put the top mounts on to kind of prevent the case from... See that? This side sounds really good. Almost sounds like I'm impacting something on this side. I don't know why that is. Let me open this up one more time. Thankfully, this is only 4 screws. Yeah, if you guys also want another look at the board too, check bowls. Let me just experiment here with something. I can't see what it is, unless it's sitting funny on the keyboard here. Oh, it sounds fine outside. Is it just this one gasket? Is it being like funny? Yeah, that seems to be the solution. Taking off the one silicone gasket. Alright, let me screw this back in and see if that helps. Yeah, maybe the gasket's not sitting nicely or something's off with that one particular gasket. Do we even have any extras? I don't think we do. But if bowls is sounding fine with the gasket, I will want to chalk it up to maybe the gasket's being weird. Either way, it's a silicone gasket mount. You can just take it off. Is my camera still doing that? What the fuck? Alright, now we can do a proper sound test. Let's see. Now that I think I figured out what's going on. I'm using the same camera as the side. I don't know, it's just not liking the color of the bottom of the case today. It's an XS. No, it's not Fuji anymore. What is this? I don't even know what I use. I really don't remember. EV10 or something like that? Alright. I think that did fix it a little bit. Yeah, it did. Alright, so something's weird with this particular silicone gasket. That completely changes the way the keyboard sounds too. Yeah, I'll try moving one to another spot too, Bowl, but this sounds fantastic. I mean, the HMX Macchiato sound really good with the PP plate. The alphas, I think the alphas sound really good. You may think they sound boring only because these are HMX. That's why I want to do a second build of this on Thursday or something. I really like the overall sound signature of this. Let's try this in top mount. I'm looking to get a decent camera to enter the hobby. It's sub $500. I mean, sub $500 is tough. All right, do you want a lens to go with that too? I feel like just get yourself a cheap little Sony, get it used, or alternatively, maybe the better bet, pick up like a Fuji. Thank you guys, appreciate the blessings. Pick up a little Fuji and try and find yourself like a used kit lens. I'm actually so bummed today about cameras too. I was gonna go place the pre-order for the camera because I already have a bunch of stuff lined up for other things there, but my pre-order, I'm gonna have to wait because the new Sony A7R6s are all back ordered right now here in Canada. Then I also got some inside info that if Hasselblad makes a new macro lens, it's gonna be like maybe double or triple the price. And I still can't find a macro lens. I'm just gonna move another gasket. I just want to try this for Bull. I still can't find a macro lens for Hasselblad that's in stock. That's the one I want. Let's try. Oh yeah, bull. It's just the one silicone gasket. I don't know why that is. Maybe it was a bit odd shaped? I have no clue. Is there a direction I'm supposed to use these in, bull? I don't think so. They look the same. Seems like a deformed gasket or something. Yeah, I didn't even realize that. Interesting. Alright, top mount time. Maybe I can find it for you since Hasselblad's a Swedish company. Hey, you know what, man? That would actually save me from buying a whole new camera system just to get macro shots. If you can find me a 120 mil XCD lens, the autofocus one, that would be a blessing, dude. Because I cannot find one here in North America. I even checked. My friend in Japan checked Japanese shops, and he cannot find one for sale either. It's a 120 XCD lens. I'll link you it. Actually, do I have a link to it offhand right now? Well, it's just Hasselblad 120 mil. No, I don't think there's 100 mil. It's a 120. All right, let's do this. XCD. I think that's the their code there for the system there. CD's nuts. Oh, fuck off. This guy, dude. Freaking guy. He didn't even say nuts. He didn't actually. Fuck, I did it to myself. He double got me. This Insta guy. That's how you know it's the start of a really bad night. Womp womp. Oh, fuck, wrong bit. How mid is this? I don't think this is mid at all. I actually quite like the sound profile. The gasket mount sound like feels good, sounds good. I'm gonna try the top mount next. I'm actually more excited for the top mount because I use plastic plate, and I prefer using a plastic plate with top mounts. But I would actually say this is more than adequate for sound. Like, this is quite pleasant. Bull, well, I guess Manu announced it, but Bull also, and with Manu, said that this is going to be also a Win keyless release too. With Win key. So it's no longer just a Win keyless release. The PCB tabs will not make contact with anything, no. I think the sound signature is S tier. Yeah, it sounds pretty nice. I have no quarrels with the sound signature on this. The modifiers sounded pretty good too when I typed on them. How far back are you going? Like, I see the desk pad on that Insta, and I know that's from a few years ago. That's crazy. Actually, is there two? Oh, there is. I didn't even see. There's two screw points there. I kind of wish they did an orange top as well. Oh, just not... I mean, yeah, they did a burnt orange bottom. I kind of like the color choices they did were fun. Definitely different, but fun. Is this the lens? Let's see. That is the lens. Oh my god, I cannot read this. Translate to English. It's in stock if you want it new. Oh shit. Oh, this says, see how it says made to order on the top? I've already gone through this with a bunch of companies. It says made to order, or it'll say like special order, and then they'll cancel my order and then say this can't be found anywhere, or Hasselblad's not making this anymore. So that's the unfortunate part about this. I mean, maybe I'll contact them. I'll leave it open. I'm missing my macro photography. I can already tell you guys I already like this more. I need to fix the spacebar later. Hello? This might sound nasty in a good way. I think it'll sound fantastic. Whatever, I'll fix this space, the enter key afterwards. I kind of don't agree. I think purple is pretty easy to match with. There's a lot of things that go well with purple. And I think in the keyboard space, there's been so many purple sets. But has worldwide warranty? I think so. Dude, what the? This fucking camera's getting reset right now. Pissing me off. Milktooth's a good seller, right? I haven't had any issues with them. I've ordered them a few times. SWG beige, call it a day. Beige is always good. Do love me some SWG beige. All right. Let me just readjust this. I think either I put this in wrong for the stab or I need to figure it out, but... Dude. I already like the top mount on this. This is a very solid top mount sound. It has some of that like nice resonance that people like about top mount. Bit more of that like louder sound. Yeah, you know what? I prefer this to the gasket, but the gasket was really solid as well. Does have some of that top mount body resonance. Yeah, which I think people go after when they usually go top mount. I don't know if I'd want to go with an aluminum plate on top mount. Personal preference, I'm just not a big fan. I do like the top mount more, though. The gasket was solid, but top mount slaps. All right, well, let's take one more final inspection of this. I wanted to see, did those... Yeah, I think I do have one commentary I will be making. Very, very small commentary on this, but perhaps this is not something that everyone will notice. I don't love the alignment on the USB-C. I think it's kind of whatever, but I'm going to be very, very thorough with this. And then let's just see if I can get it to shine. Again, this is very, very like in the weeds as well, but there is oh, fuck, I can't get it to show. There is a small gap. I think because this is only using 4 screws. So the gap kind of varies, but I can see kind of some of the internal of the part over here. And I think that's it though. I think that's the only thing I will criticize on the way this is visually. Oh no, it looks like you have to send it to me now. Now, the alignment was better with the gasket when I saw it with the gaskets, but with the top mount, it does seem to align a little bit different. Alex, did I spit somewhere? Whatever. I'm talking. Spit comes out. It is what it is. No, with the gaskets it was fine. I think with the top mount, because it's sitting a little different, we're getting different alignments there. But that's the only thing I don't really love about the board. Alignment issues because the top gaskets are a bit too soft. It's being fixed with the harder... Oh, so it's already looked into. Damn. Bull thinks of everything. What's the point of me even reviewing this right now? What's the point when Bowl's already looked? Oh shit, I'm so zoomed in right now. That alignment's crazy. Well, seems like Bowl already has an answer. It's good to point it out. I noticed the same thing. Well, I'm happy me and Bowl look at the same stuff. All right, I'm going to desolder this tonight and then rebuild this on Thursday with some different switches. I liked the HMX switches. I'm not in love with the HMX switches. The Macchiatos are good though. Like, I would say the overall sound profile is very, very solid. I would like to try to do a rebuild with this with Milky Yellows. Or we can do like a yogurt switch too. I can swap them over because I think they're in another board right now, but I can swap them. I think this board leans... Ooh, it actually sounds really fun with no desk pad. Really bassy. Definitely leans a little bit more to like the clackier side. I think the macchiatos are kind of overdoing it in some sense. But yeah, overall... the Ophanim. Very solid. The price point I'd say is pretty solid for this too. It is a nice colorway. Symbiote suits this so well, by the way. Such a pretty color. So, I think that's pretty much the stream. But, did I have anything else to show you guys? I don't think I have anything else. Actually, I had something to tell you. You know, we criticized this board the other day. You remember how all of us were like, yeah, this would look so much better if they didn't put feel the click on the top right? They reached out to me today and they're taking it off. They will make a secondary version with no feel the click. So for those who actually really like this like really cheap kit, it will now not say feel the click on the top right of the keyboard. Can you please fix your... Can we get an F18X sound test? Yeah. I actually have it right here because I was using it. Ugh, it's so heavy. Do I have anything else you guys want me to sound test? The Manta? Sound test the Manta now? Yes, no? My OG F1? I don't even think that has keycaps on it right now, though, Insty. Honestly, a TKO with schema styling would be an instant buy for me. Good to know, good to know.
Do you still have the Stratum 80? Are you ever going to fix your Univers?
Whoa, it said it's so interesting. No, I need to reach out to Jim about that. But I still have the Stratum here. I don't know when I have to send that back, but the Stratum's beautiful. I actually, dude, I have such a cool build on this right now. Oh, let me take it out. The Stratum's sick. Let me go fish it out. When I fish it out, I mean, let me just take it out of this box. It's like stealthy Stratum. It's so sick. I actually love it like this, dude. I settled on this is the way it has to look right now. You know, I really like this board. Yeah. I think it's kind of stealthy looking. No? I have PBT keycaps on it only because I don't have a set like this in GMK. It doesn't sound that bad with PBT. Not my favorite thing in the world. With PBT anyways, but... This whole keyboard's super comfy to type on. It's a very... I don't know, I really like this board. It's super cool. Super, super sick. Ow. Is this the Novel Keys charcoal set? I think this is charcoal. I wish Novel Keys would run this again, in all honesty. Is he gonna read AMD?
Il Yunzurus Sular table.
That was really bad. How did the Ophanim turned out really good. I think it works really well with both mounts. I only noticed, technically there was 2 oddities with the build today. One oddity was the spacebar gasket we had sounded a little funny on the gasket mount build. I took it out and it removed the funny sound. It seems like we got a deformed piece of plastic for the prototype, which is fine because we just swapped it around and it felt fine afterwards. And then the only other thing which Bowles said they already addressed, which actually actually doesn't really matter there, but was the USB-C alignment on the back of the case here was less than stellar. But Bowles said they already have addressed this and they're making the silicone bits a little thicker / harder, so it won't align funny for top mount. Other than that, sounds really, really good. Feels really good too on both mounts. Do you know if you're getting a prologue? I guess. I just don't know when. I don't even know when the prologue's releasing. I'm really excited for it though. We don't really get really cool 98% boards. My Envoy? I don't have an Envoy out at the moment. I would have to go dig it out of the closet. Alright though guys, I think that's pretty much the stream. If you guys had any other last minute things, some quick like info for the rest of the week. Check general discussion. What is it? Do you guys making fun of me some more? What the fuck? This guy AI'd me, bro. Show the hair product? Oh yeah, let me wait the hair product for you guys. One moment. One sec. This one. But this is primarily what I've been using. I say primarily, but this is probably the only thing I've been using. It does match the keyboard. So what this does is it's kind of like a leave-in conditioner as well. But this has been excellent because like I put this in. I wish they were sponsoring the stream. No. I put this in and then I kind of just like crunch my hair a little bit and then I just leave it. So, and then, I mean, this is like day 3 because I haven't washed my hair in 3 days. I put it on day 1, but it still kind of has the effect that I want. But it pretty much does this, like, but nicer, because it was nicer like 2 days ago. You sleep with product? Yeah. Gross? Hey, you know what? Call me what you want, ain't it? I don't wash my hair every day. This is not really a product that I would even worry about, though. No end of stream giveaway? Juan, dude, what's up, man? You know what I would also never do? Betray you, Juan. Love you. I hope you're having a great day today. Keep doing you. We all love you, buddy. It's so funny hearing you guys talk about curl cream. Like, yeah, no, I do this all the time. I'm just learning all this, alright, child? I'm just learning about all these cool things. Like, you betray daily hygiene. I mean, I don't really like showering, washing my hair every day in the shower. Showering, I clean my body, but I ain't about to clean my hair every day. I did that. You remember during the winter where I was complaining my hair was like disgusting because it was like dry as fuck? No, you guys can't be clipping all these weird things, dude. When I was shampooing and conditioning every single day, like, because I think I was just like working and just tired and just taking a shower every day, I would also clean my hair very often. It was horrendous. I always thought you're not supposed to wash your hair daily. I wasn't doing that for a long time, but then I think just during the winter, I think I was just doing it because my hair was greasy. Like, whatever I was using was just bad. There's such a thing as adding too much moisture to your hair can cause it to break off too. Yeah, there's like, it's kind of interesting. I also learned during the winter time that the conditioner I was using, because like conditioner, I guess like some shampoos and conditioner add like proteins to your hair. You can also like over protein your hair. I don't know if that's the same thing as what you said, Lex, but apparently that's a thing and it can make it seem dry in a lot of ways too. I had no clue. Learned that during the winter. So, bro said hair shine is the bestest. Well, now what I find has been working for me the last like few months, since like January-ish, whenever I figured out what I was doing, was I swapped conditioners to one that didn't have like extra bullshit inside. It's like a very basic conditioner, and then I only wash my hair maybe twice a week, usually once a week. I shampoo every other day, but you never use conditioner. I find I can't even do that. So I've just been, when it's short like this is even kind of long, but like when it's short, once a week. When it gets a little longer than this, twice a week. But I honestly, I've been eating like shit lately, so. Yeah, you know, I gotta say too, I will say one thing. 2 years ago, when we moved into this place, I was a little bit concerned because I did feel like I was kind of getting some like weird hair falling out. I don't know if that was just like a stress thing, but I did swap how I do all my hair stuff now, which is even feels more simple now, and I've noticed my hair feels a lot more full. So maybe that did help. Embrace the bald arc. How's the eczema? A lot better, bro. I think it's also because of the humidity in the air, but it's all gone now. My wife works at a fancy hair company and wants to send you stuff for this exact thing. Me? I would love some stuff. Eczema? Eczema? Whatever, dude. Yeah, you? Oh, hell yeah. Can you DM me and I'll never say no to hair stuff. I only have this and that one axe thing that I showed you. The eye... Ooh, good. Funny that you mentioned that, Jenny. The eye was great for about a week or two. It was really bad today. Today was... I noticed like the floater thing was like extra noticeable. It was kind of making me a little bit anxious today. I'm gonna wait like another month. I'm gonna see how it all feels. If it doesn't get better, I will, like, they told me to wait like 3 months basically, and they told me if it didn't get better to go in, so I probably will have to go in. So I don't know, we'll see. Do I clean my glasses every day? No. Do you? I don't really wipe my glasses every morning or something. GH V4 or 205. I'm not a big fan of GH V4. I think GH V4 for me, I've noticed over time it separates. And I don't know, I just don't think it feels very good when it does that. Time to shoot some lasers in your eye? Nah, dude. There's one thing I probably will never do is do LASIK. I think that scares me and I just don't want to do it. So nice. Party Rockers,
Party
thank
Rockers
you, Child.
in the
Appreciate
house
you, man.
tonight.
Yeah, I have one of those like electronic duster things, the ones that just like, I do it almost every other day. Dust settles in this room very quickly. I don't know why. Are you going to say because I should dust my glasses every day? Doesn't doing LASIK make you legally blind? I don't know. Does it? Is there like a consideration for that? That's why he says this set is messed up a lot. LASIK takes 20 seconds per eye. Yeah, but I'm not anxious about a lot of things in life. I am anxious about a laser touching my eyeball. I don't care how many times people tell me how safe it is. I got LASIK and I don't regret it. It only lasts like 15 minutes and I was very squeamish the whole time. They really downplay how weird it is. See? The laser doesn't touch your eye. I also don't mind having glasses, guys. Having glasses does not bother me. Alright? Like, you see them doing everything to your eye and you don't feel it? I don't fucking like that, bro. Just do ortho-K overnight contacts. Well, isn't there, speaking of like other surgeries and stuff, isn't there another surgery you can do that's like a bit more odd? Like they actually cut your eye or something? Yeah, can they just like knock me out while I'm doing LASIK? Glasses gives you character. I wear contacts. The Ophanim we did, yeah. We're just kind of chilling. I don't even know how we started this conversation, but when you move places often, get a different water treatment system from the city, and you can drastically. I mean, yeah, water hardness is on a totally different subject. Is kind of awful here. We're talking about the hair thing? Yeah, actually, that's one thing that we considered too. DM'd you about the hair stuff? Thank you, I Can Ruin. I appreciate you, man. Dude, I'm telling you, man, like, again, I'm not a squeamish guy. I don't have anxiety about a lot of things. For whatever reason, the idea about laser eye surgery gives me anxiety. I have no clue what it is. I think somewhere in my brain I've convinced myself that I'm going to be the 1% that goes wrong for this. Like, you know what I mean? I remember seeing in the news that a South Korean science team is doing an eye drop that can fix eyesights. That sounds interesting. Is that real? But you can become Cyclops? Man. Gotta evolve. Take care, man. Love you, buddy. Conquer your fears? How bad is your eyesight? Is it one big universal system worldwide for eyes? If so, I am -6 and -5.75, I think. I don't remember which eye is which. Jesus, is that bad? So nice.
Do you still have the Tofu 63.0?
I do, yes. And you guys don't need to be so harsh about my eyesight. I can see up to here. Here. You guys don't need to be so mean, alright? I've had floaters for years. At first, it's scary, but your brain does adjust. Yes, I've noticed it's starting to do that with my left eye, but I'm -3 and I'm already worried. I've always been around -5.5. This is just basically what I've lived through. I need glasses, but getting tested. Okay, you know what, guys? We're done with this conversation. Dude isn't blind. He's just getting old. You know what? It's becoming like 3 different disses towards me right now. We're done with this conversation right now. Bro's just unk. Alright, you know what? Let's go find someone to raid. Jeez. Let's see. Who's online? Insert I'm legally blind kid sound. Alex, as long as you can see the wall in your in front of you, you aren't blind yet. Thanks, I appreciate that. See, that's some good news. What do we want to raid? We can go raid Apries. He's playing some Apex. We can go raid Moist Critical. He's playing variety games. Let's go raid Moist Critical. I was actually watching his videos this morning. All right, guys. You guys have a good one. Love you, and talk to you very, very soon. I'll be I'll be streaming on Wednesday, doing a client board, and then Thursday, and then Friday. Or Thursday, I'm probably going to be doing this, but I might move around my schedule. I might do this Friday, actually, but I'm probably going to be redoing this board sometime this week. I want to see what it sounds like with a different Switch set. So, talk to you later. See ya, and bye-bye, everybody.